Hello students. Today my topic of discussion is on the subject VLSI design, and specifically I will discuss the basics of CMOS. Then I'll go to the inverter circuit that we can design using CMOS and some other important features of CMOS. First, try to understand why CMOS circuit have become so popular in comparison to the circuits designed only with either NMOS or PMOS. It is a very common question, because when you are designing a circuit by using only NMOS or only PMOS, those circuits were also very good. Then why we are switching, or why CMOS circuits have become so popular? As you know, the full form of CMOS is complementary MOSFET. So obviously, complementary MOS is consisted of two types of transistors. One type is P channel and the other type is N channel. Now let us see some important features which make the CMOS much popular than the circuits made up of NMOS or PMOS. The first point, or the first feature we should note down, is CMOS circuits draw negligible current either in low or in high state. That is the output state. That is, whatever may be the state of the output voltage, the CMOS circuits draw negligible current, which is one of the very important advantages of CMOS circuits. The second point, CMOS circuit allows the full supply. That is, if we are marking the supply as VDD, now this voltage VDD to be available at the output in logic high state. That is also a very important point. That is, CMOS circuit allows the VDD to be available at the output in the logic high circuit. Generally, if we use the circuits made up of NMOS or PMOS, in those circuits it is not possible to get whole of the applied voltage as the output voltage. But in the CMOS, we get approximately or as a whole of the bias voltage VDD as the output voltage. Number 3 point, the value of VDD can be varied in between 3 to 15 volt. That range is also very important. That is, here we can change the value of the bias voltage in between or from 3 volt to 15 volt without changing the logic operations of the circuit. Because in other cases we see that is, whenever we want to change the input voltage or the bias voltage VDD, we are to change the circuit operations, or circuit operations change drastically. But in this case, we need not to change those. That is one of the very important advantage of using CMOS circuits. Number 4, that is high fan out. That is the number of the circuits, number of the devices that we can connect at the output or with the output terminal of the circuit. That number is quite a high. That is one of the another very important advantage of using CMOS. Next, let us come to the number 5 point. Fifth point, that is the output impedance of CMOS in both the states. Here, in both the states, that is both the high and the low states, is same, and the output impedance lies in between 100 ohm to 400 ohm. As you all know that MOSFET, if we are considering CMOS also, its output impedance is quite low and it always remains in this range for CMOS, the output impedance always remains in this range of 100 ohm to 400 ohm, which is very low, and the variation is not so high, is not so wider also, only from 100 to 400 ohm. So it is also another very important advantage of using CMOS in comparison to the NMOS and PMOS circuits. This is a CMOS inverter circuit. Let us try to understand its working principle briefly. As you can see here, Vin, that is the input voltage, is common to the gate inputs of both the transistors. That is, the upper one is the P channel MOSFET and the lower one is the N channel MOSFET. If we consider Vout, that is, Vout is the output voltage, is taken from a point where the drains of the transistor Q1 and Q2 of both the transistors PMOS and NMOS are connected together. The source of the transistor Q1 is connected, as you can see here. The source of the transistor Q1 is connected to plus VDD and the source of Q2 is connected to ground. To understand the operation of this circuit, let us assume that the threshold voltages of these two transistors, the threshold voltage of the first transistor to be VTP and the threshold voltage of the second transistor, that is Q2, to be VTN. I hope you remember that is what is a threshold voltage for a CMOS or simply for a MOSFET, because it is if we try to understand the working of an enhancement type of MOSFET, as you know, in an enhancement type MOSFET there is no inbuilt channel. That is, depending on the gate to source voltage VGS, the channel builds up. And when the gate to source voltage is 0 or less than the threshold voltage, there is no channel. And so far, there will be no output current. That is, the MOSFET will be in the off state. The same thing happens for the CMOS. That is, if we consider the on-off state for the CMOS is somewhat different, that I will illustrate here. But try to understand the concept of the VTH, that is the threshold voltage, VT or VTH. Here I have considered VTP is the threshold voltage for the PMOS and VTN is the threshold voltage for the NMOS. That is, this is the minimum, these are the minimum voltages we have to apply respectively to the PMOS and the NMOS in order to turn them on. And if the value of the VGS will be less than the value of VTP or VTN, then both the transistors will be either in the off state or on state depending on their type, that I will illustrate. So, to understand the operation, we can say for Vin, that is, if the value of Vin will be equal to 0 volt, okay, or less than VTN, that is the threshold voltage for the NMOS. So, as you know, that is, if the input voltage is less than the threshold voltage for the NMOS, then obviously the NMOS is which transistor? Q2. So, as the threshold, as the input voltage is less than VTN, so obviously it indicates that the NMOS will be in the off state. However, the transistor Q1 will be in the on state. Why? Because VGS2, that is the gate to source voltage for the transistor Q2, is equal to 0 and the VGS1, that is the gate to source voltage of the transistor Q1, will be equal to minus VDD, negative value of VDD, applied bias voltage. Or in other words, we can also say the difference of Vin and VDD, that is the Vin minus VDD, has become more negative than VTP, and due to this the output voltage will be equal to plus VDD. Now at this moment, if we look at the truth table, then we will see You can see here when the input voltage is 0 volt, the output voltage is plus VDD. That is, it is actually inverting the input voltage depending on the performance of the two transistors Q1 and Q2. And if we see the second case, that is when the input voltage is equal to plus VDD, that is high voltage, then the output voltage will obviously be 0 volt, that is will be at the low state, also depending on the performance of the two transistors. Let us again see the circuit. Here we can see when the input voltage Vin increases to the value of VDD, or at least it is equal to VDD minus VTP, that is the threshold voltage of the PMOS, then the gate to source voltage of the transistor Q2 becomes more positive than VTP, and so Q1 will be off. But as VGS1 is equal to plus VDD, so now Q2 will be on. Okay, so the reverse thing is happening, and due to this, when the input voltage is VDD, we are getting the output voltage is equal to 0. That is, the inversion is actually occurring. So we can represent this overall circuit by this equivalent circuit symbol, which is the circuit symbol of a NOT gate. This is the switch equivalent circuit of CMOS inverter. Here you can clearly see that when the upper transistor Q1 is in the on state, then we are getting the value of Vout is equal to VDD. And let us see the figure at the right side. Here the opposite thing is happening, that is when the transistor Q2 is closed, that is the switch Q2 equivalent switch is closed, which signifies that the transistor is in the on state, Q2 is in the on state and Q1 is in the off state. So at this state the output voltage will be equal to 0 volt when the input voltage is equal to plus VDD. Now let us try to understand the voltage transfer characteristics of CMOS inverter. Here in this diagram you can clearly see the switch over or the changeover of the voltage from VDD to 0. Okay, and depending on the switch on and off of the transistors, it is actually working. Here in this diagram there is a correction, that is it should be written Q1 instead of Q4.